Hello, you gorgeous lot. Amanda Hyde-Pierce, Thrive OBM Academy. Lots and lots and lots of you have asked me for what we have coming up today, as well as Amanda, please put your phone on silent. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so as a lot of you guys know, I am a trainer for the Association of the International Association of Online Business Managers, which means another way, I'm a certified online business manager trainer. Now, the people I train, they work with really quite elite people in their field. And I support people like VAs or people who have worked in the corporate industry in an admin sector. And I support them and coach them and train them on how to become a certified OBM. And the type of clients that we work with, well, they're often clients who are six-figure clients and above, 6- and 7-figure clients and above. And for some, that can feel quite intimidating, quite scary. And it can be quite the barrier for some people. And those students of mine who have gone through the program or are going through the program will be aware of Jean. And I'm going to introduce Jean in a moment. Jean is a mindset coach and a psychotherapist. She has a bloody alphabet after her name, this girl. We go way back. Let's even, some of you know how way back me and Jean go. But Thrive OBM Academy works alongside Ipsum, or Ipsum works alongside Thrive OBM Academy. And Ipsum Counseling and Coaching is Jean's business, where she does her mindset coaching, where she does her personal one-to-one psychotherapy with people as well. And yeah, she supports our students, and she's just fantastic. I can't say enough good things about her. And if I know you personally, I'll tell you some cheeky things about her too. But let me just introduce Jean as well.
Hey.
So there is our, hi, you gorgeous creature. Hello, Jean. Let me just move this banner off here. All right, so there we go. And now we've got names. Look at that. Right, Jean, I am going to leave it over to you, my darling. I'm just going to add this over. All right. And I am going to hand over to you. Is that okay?
That's absolutely fine. Thank you for such an amazing introduction. You know, that was, no pressure. Imposter syndrome.
No.
So,
we love you here, and we appreciate everything you do for our students, our graduates. You've made such a positive impact on them and me. And shut up, Amanda, shut up. Right, go.
No, swelling as we speak. So imposter syndrome can be defined in many, many ways. So things like feeling like a fraud, not feeling good enough, filled with like self-doubt, that kind of stuff. Also, there's different levels of imposter syndrome as well. So it could come from a personal level, it can come from a professional level. But with imposter syndrome, it impacts certain parts of your ability to create something, to be, whether it's business, whether it's personal. I know obviously we're here for the OBM side of it, so let's just kind of focus on that. So it can create, and I'm sure a lot of you, absolutely, a lot of self-doubt in there. So with that, it can cause anxiety about your standards as well, bringing in things like, perfectionism, assessing yourself in a different way, things like self-belief. Imposter syndrome, thinking about what it is that you guys are doing. Obviously, you're going into big organizations, going for business, going for work, and you kind of, from the people that I've spoke to before and the coaching that I've done, and also myself, sitting back and thinking, what is it that I can, offer? Why are they going to choose me over everybody else? These are like the questions that do come up. One of the biggest things is recognizing that self-doubt. So with self-doubt, we are going to have that. Of course we are. Everybody has it. You know, even for me coming on this today, I'm like, oh, you know, I hope that I can help them the best that I can. You know, have I put everything in the slides? Am I answering the questions correctly? You know, imposter syndrome, it's not just people that are starting at the beginning, it's people that are right at the top that actually deal with that as well. So with that, it's recognizing the doubt. So it's ways that you can challenge that, and that's the thing. It is about challenging yourself.
Jean.
Yes.
Hello, gorgeous. You just touched on something there that me and you spoke about recently, actually, and it was a big surprise for me. And it was that the higher you go, the levels, the more senior the person that is,
Yeah.
the more prominent that feeling of doubt, imposter is.
Mm-hmm.
That really, and I know you get to work. I mean, most of the people that are watching us here across YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, we are contractors, we're remote workers. But I know you have a huge experience as well of going into big corporations too, and the suited and the booted folk. So when you shared that with me, you know, my thoughts, my picture of what that was like was the higher you go, the more confident you get. And that you were sharing with me, that's really actually couldn't be further from the reality.
Yeah, that is so very true, Amanda. When you know, I've been into the big organizations and, you know, spoken to, like I say, the managing directors, the CEOs. Yeah, the higher up you go, the more of the imposter syndrome, the self-doubt, the questioning of like the self-worth, you know, because imposter syndrome is just an umbrella. You know, it brings in so many other things. And a lot of it, if I'm being completely honest with you, Amanda, it's sometimes it's when we feel out of our depth, when we've not learned something to the best of our ability. And as we know, there's always things to learn, no matter what industry you're in, because life is ever changing, you know, and it's making sure that we're on top of it as much as we can be. You know, it's not about knowing everything, because we can't know everything. It's physically impossible.
Yeah, and I mean, even in our world, you know, when our students, and I mean, it's not just students that I work with other people as well, for, in their own little, you know, their own little niches. But again, I love this. It's impossible to know everything, and one of the barriers to maybe VAs who are very, very capable of going that next level and being an OBM, or even OBMs who have gone through the program, sometimes they have a barrier too, and it's, I don't know everything. How can I possibly know all the tech? Well, the thing is, you might know all the tech, but tomorrow it's going to change, because the world, whether it's tech, whatever it is, the world is changing. And all you can really look for is this phrase that I use a lot, is completion over perfection. You know, do what you can and don't beat yourself up over I love this. Yes, you're spot on. Sorry, I'm telling you, you're expert in your own field that you're spot on. Yeah, I'll shut up.
No, don't.
I love it.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on, Amanda. And, you know, if I'm going to be completely real straight down the line, when it comes to, you know, learning new skills and things like that, you know, it's all about preparation. And I think the saying is, poor preparation means piss poor performance. There's a lot of these. So that's the thing. You can prep as much as you can. And of course, things are going to kind of pop up that you're not too sure about, because at the end of the day, if you're sat in front of this business and you're, you know, kind of pitching for it, they are going to throw questions at you that you're not going to know about. And you could have done all the prep in the world, but there'll be something. So that could be, you know, a way of turning around and, you know, a lot of time we wing it, you know, with that. But as long as you've done as much prep as you can, you know, you've done everything that you can, and knowing that in your mind that you have done the best that you can when it comes to the prep, but there will always be something that kind of knocks you off balance a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's how you deal with that thing that knocks you off balance. I think that's the crux of it here. And do you get yourself spiraling into that self-doubt that then becomes a crippling imposter syndrome?
Let's talk about strategies and ways to challenge that imposter syndrome, that self-doubt. So it's about bringing in the knowledge of other people as well. So there's something called Johari's window. You won't see certain things in yourself that other people will see. So when it comes to like the self-doubt, talking to other people, whether it's people that you're close to, people in the cohort, Amanda, myself, you know, asking the questions and building up the information from others, because others will have, you know, an idea of who you are. So let's say, for example, if I spoke to Amanda and said, you know, I really don't feel confident in this, and you know, I'm not sure, Amanda would, and we've had these conversations before, would more than likely say, well, you seem really confident in what it is that you do, and you're really knowledgeable, and blah blah blah. And these are the conversations to have with other people. Now, when it comes to like feelings and formalities and things like that, having the knowledge around the organization that you're going to will help you with that confidence. And like I say, talking to the people around you, you know, do I practice? You know, practice with people, practice with the cohort, you know, other parts of the team. You know, if you're doing like one-to-ones, like buddying up and things like that, that can help build your confidence within what it is that you're doing. So, okay, so let's have a look at the next one. So, oh, why is my S down at the bottom? Told you I wasn't techie. So with
oh, boys, a dear. Love it.
Oh, I remember when there was no such thing as computers. Now
Oh, don't. Oh, don't. I did exams in secondary school on I did typewriting exams, not on word processor exams. Don't even. Oh, gosh.
Amanda, stop talking. Stop talking right now.
Thank you.
Oh, we do have a giggle. So yes, recognizing your strengths and qualities. So yeah, it's okay to have that imposter syndrome, that self-doubt, but we also need to look at the other side of it as well. You know, we have got sausage rolls. So we have got strengths and qualities that, you know, that are to one side that we don't really concentrate on. You know, to quote an amazing film, Pretty Woman, you know, the bad stuff's easier to believe. You know, with that, you know, it's easier for the negative to go, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, I'm not great at this, I'm not great at that. You know, that as you know, a humanistic point of view, it's easier to go down that road. Of course it is. So if you think about your mind as a set of scales, okay, so if we're going through life going, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at this, and you've got this set of scales in your mind, one's a positive pot, one's a negative pot. And we throw in all these negative things into that pot, it's going to upset the balance. So of course it's going to give you self-doubt, imposter syndrome, negative thoughts, negative thinking patterns. Of course it is. So what we do is we recognize the strengths and qualities within who we are, what it is that we're doing, what we're working towards, and it levels out them scales. Of course, we're always going to have something that we're not great at, but it is about leveling it out, being open and honest. And it's not about, you know, being egotistical. You know, if I turn around and said to you, Amanda, I'm bloody good at what I do, is that me being egotistical or recognizing my own strengths and qualities?
I don't know. You are bloody good at what you do, though, you know.
So going with the strengths and the qualities side of it, one thing I will say, if to take away from this more than anything, is remember, one person can't do everything, but everybody can do something. So it's playing to your strengths. And if you're not sure about something, ask, do some research on it, speak to a coach, speak to somebody else on your cohort as well, because you will all have different qualities and strengths that another person won't have, and vice versa. So, it's about asking, the questions and building up your strengths when it comes to the business side of it. Minding your thoughts. So if you imagine your brain as like a supercomputer, and the words that you use program that computer, and vice versa. So if you're thinking negative, you're going to feel negative, and it's an ongoing cycle. So it's, saying negative things towards yourself. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you feel like you can't do it, if you're thinking in your head, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, of course you're not going to be able to do it, because you're setting yourself up for failure straight away. But if you change that thought pattern, if you change that saying to, I'm going to try my best, I've got all the information that I need right now, if something comes up, I'll figure it out. Change the way that you talk about yourself. Because you're not going to have somebody else out there going, oh, they're great at this, they're great at that, blah, 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 because, they're going to be doing things in their own life, figuring their own stuff out. You need to be confident in yourself. And of course, there's going to be something there that you're not great at. Of course, there's I'm not great at technology. Amanda's kind of flopped off there somewhere because something's gone wrong on the internet. One thing that I'm not great at is numbers. With that kind of stuff, I know where my strengths are. And that is what I would say. Concentrate mainly on your strengths, your qualities. Mind your thoughts when it comes to that kind of thing. So with that, okay, we're talking about mindset. Hello, Amanda. Welcome back.
See, that was the universe's way of. All right, that was the universe's way of telling me to shut up. So I get the hint.
No, it's not. I was just like, we gave you a minute, but since that didn't work, I just waffled on. It's not a problem. But it goes to show that, let's be honest, it happens. Whether it's technology, whether it's, I had my dog in here earlier on, and she was walking across the bloody keyboard, and I was like, get off! Things happen. Things are there to trip us up, and it's about what we do about it. And to be honest, Amanda, let's be completely honest, halfway down the line, people half the time don't even notice.
Do you mean nobody noticed that I wasn't in their life, in their space, in their room?
I'm on about with OBM stuff, when you're having them conversations. Let's not make it all about Amanda, all right?
Yeah, the thing is, things happen. Perfect is not a 24/7 thing. It's so hard. Holding yourself up to those perfection standards is really going to weigh you down. And I just got kicked off. Couldn't find internet. I was texting my other half. We're live, and I've lost internet. I tried to hotspot, and you know what? The world did not end. You just got a bit of peace and quiet for a few minutes. And that's what I'm going to do.
That within the group, but no.
I'm going to put myself on mute. Leave you to it.
All right, enjoy your sausage roll if you're still eating. So, yeah, I know you so well. So, when we're talking about mindset, so I've put something up here that you can kind of have a look at, and if you want to take a note of that, that's absolutely brilliant. And having fixed mindset and growth mindset, if you've ever done any work on that, you can see what the differences are. Fixed mindset is about being rigid, can't do this, not going to do this, avoiding challenges because it causes anxiety. One of the big things as well is with a fixed mindset, no matter what anybody says, it's like, no, I cannot do this, and me saying, oh, do this, this, and this. If you're not willing to even try, then you may as well not even bother. So one of the things that I do teach quite a lot is eradicating that word try. So if anybody's, a little bit confused there, Amanda. So there's two words that I eradicate from people's vocabulary. When we were talking about programming your mind, one of them is the word try. So the reason being is, if anybody's seen Star Wars, they will understand this. So the thing is, do or do not, there is no try. So I can't see anybody, but I want you to do a little bit of a challenge for me. So if you've got something small in front of you, a pen, Post-its, whatever, just kind of, yes, sausage roll. Good one, Amanda. So do me a favor, put that thing, whatever it is, down in front of you. Okay? Now try and pick it up. Exactly. Do or do not. There is no try. Sometimes we do things and it goes completely tits up, let's be honest. But at least we're bloody doing it. Yeah? And that's all you can do. The only way that you fail is by not attempting it in the first place. So I'm talking, contacting them companies, doing them calls, taking yourself completely out of your comfort zone. Because that is the only way to challenge yourself. And like it says there in the growth mindset, embrace challenges. You know what? You might fall over, trip up, have a major wobble, get off the call and go, oh my God. But at least you bloody did it. It's amazing putting yourself in them situations where you can learn from it. Because everything is a learning experience. This is what I truly believe. Everything is a learning experience. It's either win or learn. There is no fail, because whatever you screw up on that call, you'll do better on the next one. So that's the thing. We all make mistakes. It's whether we learn by it, which is the difference. So let's go on to the next one, because I am fully aware that I'm waffling. Oh, I love this one. So with this one, it is a process of progress, not a process of perfection. We're always learning. There's no such thing as perfect. We're never going to have the perfect call. We're never going to have the perfect experience. We can have, situations where we go, oh, that went well. Could have improved on that, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is it's completely normal. Absolutely completely normal to have this self-doubt, to have this, this imposter syndrome, have them feelings. But what we're going to do is we're going to shift that. Now, is there any questions or anything from anyone at the minute, just to kind of break this up? Because I am fully aware that, I'm doing death by PowerPoint here. So, Amanda, has anything come through? Because, oh, no, you're on mute, my lovely.
Sorry, bloody nightmare me that I am. There's a few actually. This is one from Julie. Bear with me.
Okay.
Julie, why is it called a syndrome?
Okay, so Julie, excellent question. So as I said previously, it is an umbrella term. Syndrome just basically means there's a lot of other factors that come with it. As we know, there's a lot of labels out there for a lot of things. So syndrome is just kind of like the overall term, but it means, if you picture the syndrome being an umbrella, and then there's a lot of things that kind of come off from it. So whether it's anxiety, stress, doubt, fear, all that kind of thing, it's just an umbrella term.
Ah, right. And Jessamine, bear with.
Can you spell out that word? Absolutely. So Johari, Johar. Johari. Yeah, I. So Johari, window. J-O-H. Let me just...
Is that it? I've just put it in the chat there, Jane.
That's the one, Johari's window. It's a really, really good exercise to do with family, friends, that kind of thing, because they will see things in you that you don't see in yourself. And there'll be things that you hide from others as well, that you don't want others to see. But yeah, it's a really, really good exercise for for, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Really good exercise to do. Is there any others before?
Yeah, there's a good few. Bear with me. Michael. Here, let me see if I can show it. Sorry, he's not in the Facebook group. He's in I don't know where he is. Bear with. There you go.
How do I tell if I'm nervous or doubting myself or if I have imposter syndrome? Right. So again, another fantastic question. So the thing is, nerves and being stressed and imposter syndrome, it's about the frequency of it. So you have, yeah, so imposter syndrome is more frequent than being nervous or, yeah.
Oh, I wondered about this one. So this is more of something like it becomes part of your, I don't know if lifestyle is the right way of putting it. It becomes part of your everyday life. It's ingrained in your everyday life rather than one-off, isolated. Is that right? Have I got that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry. It was just that my screen just kind of zoomed right in and I couldn't see anything, so it completely knocked me off. Have I just skipped a page there? Bear with me a second.
You did actually, but let's not point that out too much. Yeah.
So yeah, imposter syndrome is the frequency of something. So imposter syndrome would be, you know, you're having it a lot more, nervous and being stressed about something happens every now and again. But imposter syndrome is a way of being.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Let me. No, we don't want to do that because this is, at the end of the day, you're all individuals. So go into the how to transform your mindset for success. So as I said before, it's about daily practices. So it's about looking at them strengths and qualities, you know, doing mindfulness, doing meditations, ground yourself, because one thing that I always say within coaching sessions, you don't tend to take information in and you don't tend to think clearly when you're stressed, when you are feeling overwhelmed. You go into a manic state. So to ground yourself, to be more mindful and to practice meditations is really, really important in this. So just to kind of give you an idea, I meditate for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night, regardless whether I'm stressed or not, because it's best. Prevention is better than cure. So I'm not a very huggy tree kind of therapist. I don't do it. But with meditation, it's about finding one that works for you. And I have got some information, some resources that I can send out. Or if you want any further information, you know, you can take down my email address and just send me an email. You'd be happy to help with that. So, okay, what else have we got? Yeah, questioning them negative thoughts. You know, one of the other things to do as well is to question whether it's opinion or fact. So when you're going down the line of, I'm not good enough to do this, I can't do this, what if they think this, what if they think that, you know, when you're in their meetings, I'd be writing down, you know, is this my opinion or is it fact? And if it's not a fact, is there a possibility that you might be wrong? Is there a possibility that, hang on a minute, this could be the best meeting ever? This could be a really productive session. This could be the best conversation that I'm ever going to have. Because if you're going to think along them lines, as in negative, 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 you need to be thinking down the positive as well, because both are likely. You know, absolutely. So rather than thinking negative, 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 think, hang on a minute, what if it goes really, really well?
Oh, so, hang on. Now my dog and doorbell and everything's going. So I know life. So, sorry guys, I know, honestly, keep having these like light bulb moments. And Jane, you and I talk a lot too much, says you. But like, so it's like, when you have what you're saying, let me see if I understand this correctly. And if I don't, please correct me, because this is so important. Even for me, people assume that, you know, I'm very, very confident and all this kind of stuff. I'm really not. But, you know, for me, what I'm hearing you say is, you know, we have this negative kind of self-talk, you know, I'm not good enough. This is going to go badly. I can't do this. And what you're saying is, okay, so if you're talking to yourself already, then ask yourself one more question. Is that an opinion or is that fact?
Absolutely.
Really? I've got it.
Yeah, absolutely. What?
A star. A star. A star.
Yeah, I won't go that far. Okay. So, but it is, you know, I can see that Sue says there that you have a tendency to talk down to yourself. So make it a daily practice. You know, there's one of a psychological kind of trick that I get a lot of clients to do, and it's get a picture of yourself and put that, like, print it out, get a picture just there. What's the picture? Let's have a look. Oh, that's so cute. Up a bit, up a bit. There you go. So you get a picture of yourself, you put it on a mirror that you look into daily. Amanda, sort your face out. So, and you put it on a mirror that you look into daily. And every time you look into that mirror or you walk past that mirror, you say something kind and compassionate to yourself. Now, sometimes this can feel really, really awkward, icky, that kind of thing. But the more and more you do it, the easier it gets. Now, the reason why we do this is we're talking to that picture of ourselves, but we're also seeing ourselves in our peripheral vision. So you're saying things kind and compassionate to yourself as you're walking past. You can do this. You know, you are good enough. Things like this. So maybe write down a list of the things that you would like other people to say to you, and then say them things to that picture as you walk past. And you will be surprised of the impact that has on your mental health, your confidence, and your self-belief. Okay,
yeah, that sounds like something that would actually weave itself through all areas of your life, not just your work life. You know, I am a good mum. You know, I am a good friend. I am worthy of being happy. Yeah, all this. Oh God, I need therapy. But yeah, do you know any good therapists, Jane?
Not for you, no.
Yeah, well, thanks for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's it can transform some, because imposter syndrome isn't just about the work thing. I know that me and you have spoken about, you know, I wanted to keep it kind of structured down the OBM, all this, but let's be honest, this is who you are as a person. This is self-belief. You know, this imposter syndrome stuff is about who you are as a person. This is your business. This is your kind of your life. So if you're going to kind of look at it that way, it's also looking at it other ways as well, of how your personal impacts your professional and vice versa. But that is a journey that, you know, you guys need to look at yourselves. But that picture idea will actually help with both sides. You're absolutely spot on, Amanda. So, right. So another understanding that having these trip ups, having these whoops-a-daisy moments is completely, you know, part of life, and it's part of your success as well, because we have to be able to learn by doing that phone call, doing that, you know, that presentation, whatever that looks like with the business, and making them mistakes.
Yeah, and if we do not even try it, then we have a 100% chance of failure. If you do not try it, how do you know?
Exactly.
Love it.
You might even surprise yourself. You might even be awesome.
Yeah, not like me where I lose signal and disappear, but I think you enjoyed me not being around. It's just an example of things. Shut up. Just an example of things aren't always perfect. I've been doing this kind of thing for a long time, and it doesn't always go perfect. And you know what? Life is much more forgiving. People are much more forgiving and understanding than we give them credit for. But if you don't even try, if you don't attempt these things, you don't know.
Yeah, you're never going to know. Absolutely. So challenge it. Challenge your mindset. Challenge yourself. The only way that changes happen is by stepping out of your comfort zone. But what happens is people get, and I'm talking about myself here, you know, sometimes you get comfortable in being uncomfortable. It's just a way of life. So it's challenging yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone, making them calls, sending them emails, and doing things that you wouldn't usually do, things that you step back and go, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. So yeah, the circle of control. Yeah, same here, Sam. Absolutely. So yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone is what's going to challenge you, and that is how you are going to have the biggest successes, because you're pushing yourself, you're moving forward. Because if you're not moving forward, you're standing still, you're looking back. So it's okay. Don't worry.
Nobody noticed.
A little bit. So again, you know, what can you do? So it's looking at the negative mindset, the patterns, because there will be a pattern that you think down. So there'll be confusion on Amanda's face there. So I call it feeding.
I'm trying to think of patterns, because, you know, this whole imposter syndrome or self-doubt, I'm not immune to it, you know. So like you said about patterns there, I'm just having it. You can always tell what I'm thinking by my face. I'm very expressional. But it's like I'm trying to think of patterns in my own life. So sorry, yeah, I'm just trying to think of yeah, again, this girl's got it. Light bulb moment here for me.
Yeah. If the saying comes up from Carl Rogers, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. You know, and the only way to change things, like I said, it's stepping out of your comfort zone, challenging that negative mindset. And like I say, with the scales earlier on, you know, leveling out the positives versus the negatives. Like I say, the negatives are easier to believe, but if we focus on the negative, that's what the focus will become. The things that we can't do, the things that we're not willing to push ourselves out of our comfort zone, challenge ourselves, that kind of thing. So yes,
Ooh,
I am aware. I am aware that obviously I've spoken for a good half an hour. So, and you know, this is just an overview. So to kind of wrap it up in a nice little bow, you know, imposter syndrome is normal. Completely normal, you know, to challenge your way of being, challenge your thinking. That's how you move forward. The difference between, you know, imposter syndrome and nervousness is the frequency. You know, if you're challenging yourself, it then becomes, you know, more along the lines of, okay, learning. It's a learning curve. I don't know this, but I will get it as I go along. And if you think about it this way as well, if you think about your best friend, your child, your partner, whatever, do you expect them to have all the answers? Do you expect them to know absolutely everything? If the answer is no, then it's treating yourself in the same way. Be more kind and compassionate towards yourself, because, as I said, one person doesn't know everything, but everybody knows something.
Wow. I'm going to get you to write down a list of all these things, but not the Star Wars one. I think that through this, there's been a number of light bulb moments for me. And yeah, one of them was the Star Wars one, you know, and I'm not even going to quote it, but the idea being that, you know, it's really weird because it's stuff that I already it's obvious stuff that's already in there, but hearing you say it, hearing you reflect that back to me, has like triggered light bulbs. And it's, for me, it's reminding myself, you know, that when I come about across a barrier, and I can't do this, you know, maybe I'm not meant to be doing this. And I hear it from my students frequently, maybe this is not for me, or people thinking about joining my program. And it's like, but maybe I can't do it, you know. But it's that, well, you're telling yourself this negative stuff, but you absolutely cannot do it if you do not even try. Okay, I have to say it, do or do not. There is no try. You cannot do it. It's absolutely impossible if you don't even try. But if you do try and you have the support of someone, and actually we work together. Ipsum works along with the academy. We work together with with my students. I just adore you for what you do. You're fantastic. And so it's not, you're not even doing it alone. But the other one, I've got this really weird memory. The other one was about self-talk. You know, and we're talking to ourselves. It's just a natural human thing. Oh, you can't do this, or you're silly, or you bloody idiot. And it's the scales. Oh, you idiot. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, why did you do that? Or you forgot to say this. Or why did he say that? You can't do this. But then you start going, you tried. Go on, you girl. Oh my gosh, that was actually really good. Do you know what? You were nervous, but you did it anyway. And the scales, You know, and so if you're busy telling yourself that negative talk, why not just ask yourself the question, is that opinion or is that fact?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. I'm so happy you're in my life. I love that.
Yeah, it's challenging them thoughts, it's challenging them behavior, and that's what it is, stepping out of your comfort zone and challenging them.
I think we do have a couple more questions. Oh, there's one. Is it Rachel R? You said about meditations. I'd like to try meditation, but I don't know where to start. I get distracted with kids, dog, work, shopping. I'd love to get more info on that. Jean, is it okay if I put your website address up on the screen?
Absolutely.
I have your email address here too. What do you think? It's up to you.
Yeah, it's fine, share it, yeah. But I'd also like to address that question as well. So if you could just
apologies, let me go back. Let me see if I can still find Rachel. Rachel, there you are, Rachel. There you go.
Okay. So yeah, meditations, what a lot of people think is they're about, completely clearing your mind and not having anything. Rubbish. If you can figure out how to do that, let me know and we'll make millions together. Life does get in the way, dogs, kids, work, shopping. It's about allowing the thoughts to come in and also letting them go. Because the thing is, I heard something once and I can't remember where I heard it from, but it was, you can't control your thoughts the same as you can't control your dreams. But what you do with them thoughts, that is what matters. Wow. How you manage them thoughts is what happens. Yeah. So if the thoughts are coming in, if you're trying to do a meditation, it's acknowledging it. Okay, I'll deal with that later. I need to do the shopping. That's okay. I'll deal with it later. It's taking yourself back to your breath. I'm not a huggy tree therapist. Amanda will tell you, I can't stand all that kind of, no. But the meditation is about breath work, calming yourself, without getting into all the scientific stuff. It's getting in touch with your central nervous system, because that's what happens when you take a deeper breath, when you really draw it in, and it's bringing yourself back to breath. I'd be happy to kind of, actually, there's an idea. I'm kind of plugging this here, but if anybody's got Netflix, if you go onto Netflix and you put in Headspace, there's about 5 or 6 different episodes on what meditation is, and it actually becomes interactive halfway through. So if you go on there, and that explains on what meditation is and also what it's not. So that's place.
Why are you keeping these from me? Why are you keeping these from me? And do you have any resources on? If you don't, sorry, I'm just asking. Do you have any resources on this? So
absolutely, I've been doing this for 10 years, so there's probably not a resource that I haven't got. So
Jean, is it okay if I share your email address? And what I don't want is for you to get bombarded and blah blah blah. Currently we're sitting at just over 63 people watching this at the minute, so I don't want you getting 63 emails and blah and going, oh Amanda, I'm going to kill you.
Absolutely fine. I've got, I set time aside to do my admin. It's not a problem.
Okay,
if people email
me, go. You said it. There you go. Okay, so guys, if you do want one of those meditation resources, that is, you said it. I've got it on. I've got it recorded. We do have a couple more. I think, where's my Sam? I think Sam said something there. I don't know if it's a question. Sam is one of my students. Sorry, I just kind of love her. It's just extra gorgeous. I love that, what she says there. I definitely think that we need to be our own cheerleaders. It's that scale, isn't it? For me, I have the ideas and have been shot down through other people's closed-mindedness. What I love is that she's recognizing that it's other people who have that issue, not her. I'm going to write down what I'm good at and put it up on the wall. Oh, I love this lady. I do.
The thing is, Sam, you're absolutely spot on. One thing I would say about that is we can't control what other people say and do, think and feel. But one thing that we can control is how we react to it.
So true. So true. Yeah.
So I'm going to say something now, actually, and take a second just to think about what it is that I'm about to say, and I will repeat it. So We're not what we think we are. We're not what we think others think we are. We think we are what others think we are.
What?
Yeah. So basically, we take on what we think others think about us. So whether it's we have an idea of what we think other people think, but in actual fact, half the time it's BS because it's
Yes.
something that's made up in our own mind.
Mm.
So again, it's opinion versus facts.
Wow. Okay.
We are. We are what we think others think we are. We are what we think others think we are.
Okay. That kind of reminds me of that Friends thing. Do they know we know they know we know we know? I love that. I love that. No, I do. We do. We take on what we think others think we are. Gosh, that's on my love it. Oh my gosh. Bing, 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 bing. There was another question. Michelle, have I put Michelle's question up yet? Sorry, there's quite a have I put this one up?
Down, please? Absolutely.
Michelle, I know I'm good at what I do, but I feel intimidated when I talk to potential clients, and it even stops me from trying to get new clients. Is this imposter syndrome?
Is it a regular thing? Is it a frequent thing? Is it consistent? Because if so,
Michelle?
yes, and that is definitely something to work on when it comes to self-belief. Talking about kind of like your skill sets, recognizing what it is that you are good at. The intimidation, what is that about? You know, why is it that you feel intimidated? Do you think that they're above you? Because what we have to remember is, and I'm going for it here, what we have to remember is they might have a title, they might own a business, honey, but so do you.
Oh, okay. Go on, you girl. There's the real Jean coming out right there. It's like, but honey, so do you. Honestly, you do not bullshit people. And I just swore, sorry. I hope the kids are not about Venetia. Venetia's on here. She has 12, 13 children at last count. So I hope the kids are, but yeah, that's it. So do you. You know,
yeah. Recognizing who you are. Forget who they are. Remember who you are. They're just another person. They need your services. They need what you have to give. That's the thing. I get so passionate about this and I can hear it in my voice. Remember what you're good at and what you can offer. You know, they're just another person. It's just another person that started where you were, just in a different way.
Yeah, they're experts in their own field. You're an expert in yours. You know, you don't do what they do. They don't do what you do. But together, working together is, yeah, absolutely. And that's just what Michelle asked there. It comes back to, you know, she says, is this, oh, I love that, Sue. Is this imposter syndrome? Well, if it's just occasional self-doubt, it's just occasional, you know, if it happens from time to time, I'm not sure if I can do this, but if it's weaved through the fabric of your everyday life and it's a barrier to you moving forward in every day, then perhaps yes. But if it's the occasional bout of nerves, yeah. Oh, Sam says there, Jean, I'm not sure if you can. We have a private chat available there. Sam has said, can we have that written down, please? You know, do they know we know they know? If you can write that down, if you can write that down in the private chat, I can copy and paste it so it goes across the platforms. So I've got like a big group chat where everything is all across all the platforms.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah. I love this from Sue. Sue, adjust your crown and remember who you are. Exactly. Love that. So Jean is going to be writing some of that thing down. It's going to take her at least 3 weeks. Surprised you find where to do it. Honest to goodness. Venetia, bless. Venetia says, I like the idea of putting my photo up and every day saying positive thoughts to myself. Absolutely, Venetia. And you've got so much to feel positive about. Honest to goodness, you really do. You have been an incredible student. And can you remember, I'm not going to embarrass you or anything or say anything personal, but I do want to remind you, going right back to the start, can you remember the recommendation project? Girl, you brought out an inner something that no one's done that before. It was like, do you know what? Didn't understand it, not sure it works, but I'm going to make this works. I'm going to make this work. And you find a way of doing it. And not only that, you supported others with what you did as well, you know, and you created something and you were like, okay, this works for me. It might work for you. That's the person you are. You're right here. You have so much to offer. And I'm so incredibly proud of you. It's not just words, Phoenicia. I just adore you. I really do. And just when you say here, I suffer heavily with imposter syndrome, and I'm slowly trying. Can we come back to that word, Jean? I'm slowly trying to get more confident about my abilities and what I can do. What I can do. So that's an absolute, you can do it. That's an absolute statement. You can.
So can I just address that just 1 second?
Go for it, please do.
So with that, where you say you're slowly trying to get more confident, the thing is, sweetheart, you're not trying, you're actually doing it. You're working towards it. Be more confident in what it is that you're saying. So, and exactly, Sue's hit on something there, yet. You know, you are going to get there. You're not there yet, but you are doing what you need to get to where you want to be. Get rid of that word try.
And instead, I'm slowly getting more confident.
There you go. And if you say that out loud, that watch how you say it. Look how it makes you feel. You know, I obviously can't see you, but say that differently out loud now. And take out the
I am getting more confident. Yeah.
And it feels different. Remember, supercomputer, words, how it's linked.
It really does feel different. I'm saying the words in my own head, and knowing Venetia the way I do, oh my gosh, my heart is bursting for her. Absolutely. Yes, you are getting more confident. Oh my gosh, it's that balance, isn't it? So taking away a couple of words that are not needed in there. I'm slowly, it doesn't matter whether you're going fast or slow, that's still progress. Absolutely. I am trying, which means you're doing. So take those out, they're not needed. So I am getting more confident about my abilities and what I can do. Yeah, you can do it. Sorry.
If you change the way that you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay?
Give over. Oh my gosh. Oh,
so change the way that you're looking at it. You are implementing these changes. You are doing it. You are going to get there. Yeah, you might not be there yet. You are going to get there. I've actually got goosebumps. I'm not going to lie.
Me too. Me too. Sorry, Jean, what was that? If we change the way we look at things,
the things we look at change.
Look at change. So what I'm going to do, and this sounds, I'm going to do it, sod it. I'm not a very wishy-washy person myself. I'm really not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to print that out as well. I might not put a picture on my mirror. I don't know, but I'm definitely I'm going to print that out, and I'm going to put it on my screen, even if it's a Post-it note. If we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. Look what Venetia put. She's changing her language already.
I love that.
It matters. It does. Honestly, Brent, you and I, me and you, Sue is, what's the right way of saying that? You and I, me and you, Sue. Jean, you and I, us two, uses, we are not fluffy, huggy, yeah, well, with certain things we do, but we're very matter of fact. But yeah, and we know this matters. This makes a difference, and it can make the difference.
Yeah,
you know, and that's amazing. Let me see if we have any other questions. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, I love that. Who said that? Was that my Sue? No, it's there's Sam. Sam, let me see. The only person who can change you is you. Oh,
you are responsible for your own happiness.
You are, yeah. And what I think what Sam is especially fortunate. She has this lovely soul in her life, her partner Sean, who just champions her as well. And doesn't that make a difference too? Venetia has a wonderful husband and 16 kids. I'm sure she's got a couple more since we've been on air.
I was going to say, before you said it was 11 or 12, and now it's 16.
Yeah, the most beautiful mum. I'm pressing all kinds of wrong buttons. Sorry, hang on, that's not work. That's Michelle's. I'm trying to make sure that I haven't missed any. I've got to sneeze. I should have pressed mute, but I'm really not a lady. Bear with me. That's where it was. Right, that's it. Okay, so Rachel R, we've done it. Julie, why is it syndrome? Nervous. I think we are all there. What I will do is just put up your website there as well.
One second, I've just seen a question there from Jasmine.
Oh, apologies. See, it's okay. Is it this one?
Yeah, when I catch myself or my kids say, I'm not good at this, what should the first instant thing I should do? Oh, really, really good question. So I'm going to refer back to what Sue said. Say yet. So I'm not this yet. So
wow. That's giving me goosebumps because that's good on so many levels, and it's a teaching moment for children, isn't it? Okay, you're not good at this. Okay, let's change that. You're not good at this yet. What can we do about that?
Exactly. So that was the next step. It is about what are you going to do to implement that change? You know, the kids or yourself, I'm not good at this. So, okay, so what do we need to do to get you to a point where you feel like you're good at it? Because you're good at it might be different to somebody else is good at it.
So stop with the goosebumps.
What is it about? What is it that you want to be good at? Why do you want to be good at it? What is it going to impact? You know, that is going down like the coaching side of it. So you're not good at it yet, but what are we going to do?
Yeah. So yeah, you're not good at it yet. So Jasmine, and thanks Sue Johnson. Yeah. So I love that. You're not good at it yet. So acknowledging that feeling of where you are.
Yep.
Adding a really important bit to it. Okay, you're not good at. Okay, so what are we going to do about this? Wow, love it, absolutely.
And of course, thinking about like the kids as well. Of course, the kids aren't going to be great at everything. You know, they're not going to be good at everything because they're learning the same as you are. And it's one thing that I used to say, especially when it comes to being a mother, because I've got a 25-year-old daughter, and when she was like a teen, oh my God, she was a pain in the ass. I'm just being honest. But what I used to do was I used to like have the conversations with her and say, you know what, I've never been the parent of a 13-year-old before. I've never been a parent of a 14-year-old before. I'm learning as well. So it's about having, you know, them honest conversations as well. If the kids aren't good at something, okay, what is it that you want to do? If you're not good at something, what is it that you want to achieve? Why do you want to achieve that? And it's delving into it and being more mindful and let that push you forward. Let that catapult you into learning. Because it's all about understanding your why. And that would be another session that I would absolutely love to do with you guys is understanding your why you do what you do. You know,
I mean, I love that, Jean. Actually, it was. I mean, we're going to be doing more of these, and that is spooky. That is something that I did want to talk to you about privately about doing something like that, if that is okay. Because a lot of, you know, I get a lot of people, not just VAs, but people trying to escape the corporate 9 to 5. You know, they're just sick of the bullshit. The stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I'm just very aware that Jez has children. She has 23 children. They might be listening. And I know Everly's often home with Venetia, so I don't want to be saying really bad words. But yeah, often it's the why, and the why will push you forward. It will motivate you into that. So for me, it was very much, I remember when I was thinking about becoming a certified OBM, it all changed when I had this conversation with a lady called Natalie. I talk about her a lot. Her ears must burn daily. And she told me about, you know, this OBM thing. And it was like, when she started telling me about it, I was like, but I do that, and I do that, and I do that, and I'm only getting VA pay. And she says, well, do you know what, Amanda, you could try and do it on your own. You know, you could try and become an OBM on your own. Go for it. But doing the program put me light years ahead of where I would have been, because I had the mentorship, I had the support, I had the resources and all that. And she says, think about your why. Where do you want to be in 12 months' time? What is your why? What motivates you? And for me, it was my boy. It was my son. wanted to inspire him. It was a little bit of life because my husband had just disappeared with an older woman. I mean, talk about rude. And yeah, it was about me. I wanted to travel. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to not have so many big bills over my head. It was the why. And I wanted to be proud of me. I knew what I was capable of. And I just needed that something. And it was really looking at that why. I would love to do something like that with you. Absolutely. There was a comment there from Sue, actually. Can't you just tell I used to be a teacher? Yeah. If I hadn't have said to you, Jean, you probably could have guessed that. Absolutely. Yeah. And it is, you know, we can be good at giving ourselves advice or giving others advice and guidance, but sometimes applying it to ourselves is a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Bless you, Jez. That's so, so kind of you. Appreciate that very much. Jean is fantastic. And I do feel very honored that she works alongside me here in the academy. You are, I talk about you. Like, yes, and you get bonus mindset sessions. Yeah, she's a superstar. Yeah. Okay. It's like, you remember, it's about me here. It's not about me. Yeah, you are wonderful. We know you're wonderful, and I'm truly, truly thankful. Before we come to a close, I just want to make sure there's no more questions. One more time. I don't think there's any more there. If you do want to find out more about Jean and what she does as a mindset coach, she's also a psychotherapist with a massive alphabet of letters after her name. It's just ridiculous. She's like Venetia and Children. Every time me and Jean meet, she's got more letters after her name. If you are thinking about becoming a certified OBM, I know a lot of my current students and graduates are on here as well. We're up to 74 people now. Oh my gosh, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. If you are thinking about becoming a certified OBM, you can apply here. If you want to find out more, just take out that word application, thriveobmacademy.com. If you want to apply, it just takes a few minutes. And I look at all the applications myself. You usually get a reply from me within 24 hours, one working day. It's sometimes really quite quick, but there you go. Let me take that off. Let me just go back. Oh, bless. That's really, really kind. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, lots of light bulb moments for me, honest to goodness. And I get to talk to this person most days. What's left for me is to thank Jean for an amazing time here. You're not just a pretty face, you're quite sensible too.
Every now and again.
I really enjoyed this, and I look forward to doing it again soon. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye.